Good morning. Meteorologist Lisa Green here to update you on what to expect as we are dealing with severe storms now on this first alert weather day. And as the day progresses, where we'll expect to experience more storms and what that will be like. So let's get into it here. You can see behind me, I've got the radar up. We'll pull up the radar full screen for you. Looking at the Southern Valley, it's going to be a tale of two parts of the valley essentially. Southern Valley a lot quieter during the daytime. Northern Valley, obviously, we've got more activity going on, especially in northeastern North Dakota with a severe thunderstorm warning currently in effect. And you can see that warning kind of right in the heart of a line of storms that are trailing basically from southwest of Langdon down through Ramsey County and Benson County here, and then back over into places like Wells County. So that's the main line. At times it pulses up and we see the radar indicate that there's some hail going on within that storm. And that's where that warned area is. Let's zoom in a little bit more. This is in, again, southeastern Towner County, and maybe we'll bring up the screen so I can point at this for you. Okay, so here's Candy right here, southeastern Towner County. Candy, the storm has moved on, which is good. You've gotten a lot of rain there. The Stark weather area moving through right now. This is northern parts of Ramsey County. Here's Devil's Lake, and you can see this line. It's moving east, so eventually Devil's Lake has the potential, as long as this holds together, to see some severe weather potentially coming your way. In Minnewacan, this is about to move in as well, though this part of the line is not currently warned. So the warning in effect until 10:15, so only 5 minutes left on this warning. We'll see if a new one gets issued at all for this line as we go through the next 5 minutes or so. We're looking at 1-inch diameter hail possible, and wind gusts, a little blustery, but not toward the severe limit at this point, under 50 miles per hour. And so let's check in on the hail size estimates here. So anywhere where we see color on the map, that's where the radar is indicating that there's some hailstones within the storm. And where we have this, it's just a dot right now of very light blue, kind of that turquoise color. That is the color contour for 1 inch. So when you see that, that means we have potentially some severe hail going on within the storm, and that is just north of Highway 2 at the moment, and other places that might be seeing some smaller hail going on as well right now. So that's where we're looking at the hail being a factor for us. I did query this just a little bit ago, and earlier, just a few minutes ago, we were at just over 1 inch in diameter, and it looks like that particular part of the storm weakened. What we're going to see here is likely these storms pulsing up, more likely, ramping up in intensity for a brief period of time. They might do enough to produce some hail, then they weaken again, then we may see them ramp back up in intensity yet again. So watching that line for that to be happening here through the morning. Here's that warning again area. I also want to point out, I don't have this labeled, that this is the radar estimated rainfall. And you can see a lot of green and yellow here in Towner County, back over into Rolette County. That is more than 1 inch of rain estimated on the radar. And in some instances, in the Can-Do area, we have what looks to be like 2 inches of rain going on there, or having falling there is the estimate from the radar. If you've got a report to pass along, we'd really appreciate hearing that from you. You could either, if you have a rain gauge, take a picture of it, upload it to our website, or comment on one of our weather posts on Facebook with the measurement that you have. Would be really appreciated, because we're watching for flooding with this. There are going to be some areas that see storms lasting a while, maybe some training going on with the storms. And training just means, well, if you think about it, train. What does a train do? Well, it has one car right after the other, and they all follow the same track, right? Well, that's the same thing with thunderstorms that can cause flooding, as you see one thunderstorm after another move over the same area, and that just overwhelms the system. So we're looking at a flood warning here that's been issued for the Can-Do area. It's a teeny tiny flood warning, but expected some flooding in that area with the heavier rain that we just saw go through. And that might be something you see in other places too, in town and in those trouble spots that we have around the valley that tend to flood over when we get some heavy rain. Keep an eye on those here today, especially again in the north, where we have our marginal risk for severe storms. So this is our latest severe weather outlook, severe thunderstorm outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see that we've got a lot of areas in the north in this deeper green, some of our communities in the west in the deeper green. This is looking like Highway 200 in North Dakota, and then again back down toward Jamestown, and then points north, and similar range there in Minnesota up to Highway 2 and north. And then these areas in lighter green, that's a non-severe risk, but still a risk for storms. And a reminder, these risk or outlooks cover a 24-hour period. So it starts at 7 a.m. today, and then it goes all the way through the overnight hours to 7 a.m. tomorrow. And so that's why we have a first alert weather day, not just for Thursday, but all the way through the overnight hours and into early Friday, because we have a couple of rounds of storms that are possible. And we're, again, watching out for some quarter-size hail. We're looking out for, I'm stepping off the screen here, looking out for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and yes, localized flooding possible. I'm a little concerned about that in areas where, again, we see heavy rain multiple times. So, again, severe weather, it's going to be a factor for us today. Let's take a look at our hour-by-hour planner. For this morning, again, we're watching this area of thunderstorms moving through. You can see as it pushes east through the noon hour, we're still focused in on northeastern North Dakota. There may be some trailing showers or thunder showers down into places like Kidder County and Stutsman County, but the main core of the severe weather or the stronger storms is north with this round. This is 5 p.m., so Highway 2 points north. Again, you can see that area is where we're more focused for that. Southern Valley is going to be less likely to see storms, and certainly less likely to see severe weather if we're not seeing storms. And for this first round, again, we're not done today. And just a reminder, it's going to be windy too. We'll take a look at that toward the end here. But as we go in time, that kind of eases up for a bit heading into this evening. And then we see another round in this particular model. It is indicating that we're going to have another ramp up as after the sun sets, and as we start to get into the late night hours for tonight. That may help to fuel more thunderstorms. And you could see that possibility for some strong storms overnight and into tomorrow morning. You can see the stretches from Grand Forks to Fargo and area. And again, just a reminder, these are computer simulations. It's not going to necessarily happen exactly like this. But what these models do is give us a good idea of timing, what the atmosphere's certain conditions may lend themselves to here heading into the course of the next 24 hours. And so there's a possibility, not just north, but more into the Southern Valley too, that we may see some severe weather going on into tomorrow morning with this second round. And then this presses eastward. This is 8 a.m. moving into Lakes Country at that point. Now, if you're way down by the North Dakota-South Dakota line, your chances are going to be a lot less likely. But again, we can't rule out rain or thunderstorms for anyone here over the next 24 hours. And yes, heavy rain and thunderstorms. So looking at our rainfall potential, you can see this is through Friday at 12. This is in addition to what we've already seen. You can see some areas in yellow and orange indicating 1 to 3 inches of rainfall in those locations. So again, Northern Valley, the potential is there for some heavier rain. Southern Valley, again, we may not see much. It just depends on how these showers and thunder showers develop. So for the afternoon today, we're looking at a wide range of conditions from north to south. Northern Valley, we've got ongoing rain and thunder showers happening, and temperatures near 70 degrees this afternoon. This is 4 p.m. And a little bit farther south to Highway 2, it's not as cool. We're more into the 70s. And then farther south from there, you can see we're more into the mid-70s to some low 80s, where we're staying drier, where we have more chances at getting some sunshine through the rest of the day today. So that's going to have some big impacts on just what your experience is going to be like from north to south in the valley. It's going to be varying. So if you have plans to be out, I know it's 9/11, it's Patriot Day, maybe you're heading out to an event. That's outdoors. Just keep in mind, Northern Valley, we've got to watch out for the rain and thunder. Make sure you're checking the radar on the VNL weather app, and that you've got a way to be alerted so you know to take cover if a severe storm is coming your way. And certainly don't want to get caught out in a hailstorm. That is going to be our greatest threat here for today. Okay, so looking at our wind forecasts. In general, outside of the thunderstorm chances of wind, we're looking at a windy to breezy day where we're going to see gusts into the 20s to about 30 miles per hour out of the southeast. And continuing on into your forecast here, Thursday, Friday, again, today, tomorrow, we do have first alert weather days, simply because we've got our today's round that's going to spill over into Friday. So we've got the round that's moving through midday into the afternoon. We get a little bit of a break, then late tonight and overnight into Friday morning, another round of potential severe storms. But look at these temperatures. September, getting into the second half, getting close to the second half of September, not quite there yet. But we're looking at temperatures into the mid-80s for a lot of places. So that means that we're running a good 10 degrees above average. So we go from the frost of last weekend to being well above average and very summer-like heat, feeling that humidity again, and that chance for some thunderstorms, which does carry on into the weekend. That's something else we're watching, especially on Sunday, that chance for some scattered storms. There is a hint at a risk for severe on Sunday, so we'll continue to monitor that for you. It doesn't look like a widespread outbreak at this point in time, but there's a chance, so we want to give you that heads up. And then heading into next week, we stay warm into Monday, Tuesday, and then we start to begin this general kind of gradual cool down as we head toward next weekend. A high of 67 on Saturday, which not too far off from average as well. So we really we've done a weather 180. We've gone from frosty conditions this weekend, Sunday morning, to now as we head into the second half of the week, the potential for some strong to severe storms. And we again today are seeing some strong to severe storms. Looking at, oh, I went too far ahead. This is not the correct graphic. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I want to jump back and try to, if you'll just bear with me, I want to try to get to our radar again and see if we've had an update now that it's 10:17 on our severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect until 10:15. So we want to get you the latest on that. But unfortunately, this particular weather show does not loop through. So it moves on to the next show instead of going back to the start. So now I have to manually do that, which is fine. So let's take a look at our radar right here. I am seeing what looks like no warnings at this point in time. We've got some thunderstorms going on. I'm going to pause this, but no current warnings. Now, there is that potential that we may see some hail or it might ramp up again. And if you're in the Devil's Lake area, if you have a garage, you have a little time here to move your car into the garage just in case there's some hail with that storm. Edmore, it's pretty much right on top of you, so I wouldn't bother doing that. Just stay indoors and stay safe. Langdon, this is passing by just south of you. I'm standing right in front of this. I just realized that. Sorry, guys. Langdon, this is moving just south of you. Starkweather, we're seeing looks like could be some hail anywhere in blue on the radar. That's where the radar is indicating some hail. And just north of Minnewaca, the hail may be falling in that area as well. So again, watching out for, I'm just going to move this over and take a look at our hail size estimate. Okay, I'm not seeing anything too concerning right now. We were looking at some blue here on the map, but I don't see the bright blue or other colors popping up that would indicate large hail. So again, just keep in mind that the storm could ramp up. We could see it get stronger as we go through time here today. And this is going to be affecting more the northern valley here, at least for now. Later tonight, southern valley will want to watch out. If you are in the James River Valley area, this is an area that may also see some rain and thunder move through. You can see some stretching back over to the Underwood area. So, that's kind of getting a little farther south and some cells trying to get going. So I can't rule that out, that the south will see some storms. But we are looking at conditions that are going to be on the stormy side, more into the northern valley for today. So no current warnings. That's the great news. The warning that we just broke in for just expired, and we may see more pop up throughout the morning, and we'll be right here for you, keeping you up to date. You can turn to Valley News Live and to turn to valleynewslive.com, our VNO weather app, a great tool. And here on Valley News Now, from time to time, we'll come on and bring you some updates on what to expect and what we're experiencing. So stay safe out there. Summertime storms are back with the summertime warmth, and we're going to have to stay vigilant on that potential for rain and thunder all the way through the weekend. Have a good day.